Hey, what is happening, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the new tournament that we all decided that we wanted to do. So it is up, it is running, it is starting today. So, hey, again, thank you for all the feedback the other day when I was asking you guys for who to put in. I made that video yesterday showing you everybody, and I'm still gonna keep it open for a couple more days to decide what we're doing with Shantae. Still getting a lot of people saying yes or no, so a few more days of that. At least by the end of the week, by Friday, I will have I'll have the solution for what we're doing, if she's staying or if she's going. So there's the quick update on that. But we got a new tournament. But as always, a quick rundown. So we put well, this one's actually 48 characters, so a lot less than half of the other one. Again, two separate tournaments are going on. They're both happening. The other one didn't get canceled. No, that is still happening. Just putting that out there. But 48 characters are in a tournament. It's a double elimination tournament. Though I will upload a matchup from this tournament each day on my channel. Yeah, actually every day, yeah. Some days there's going to be double uploads from the first tournament and the second tournament, so they're two different things. So make sure you get your votes in for both, not just one or the other, if you care about that. But yeah, this tournament is for, we'll say, open-minded people, you know, that like the possibility of having a character be upgraded to playable. So whether that be upgraded from assist trophies or spirits or me costumes or background characters or whatever. Pokeball, they're in here too, so that's it. But we do have a few rules, so let's put up the rules. Rule number 1, this is for open-minded people who want to see a character get upgraded, or at least like the possibility of a character being upgraded in the same game. So obviously, you know, like I was just saying, assist trophies, Pokemon, spirits, me costumes, background characters, whatever it might be. If you like that idea, then this will be a fun little tournament for us. So rule 2, though. Rule 2 is simple. You only get one vote per person. Let's keep it fair. Rule number 3. How do you vote? Down in the comments, type the name of the character you are voting for. But remember, you can, yes, you can vote for both characters by simply typing the word both. That signals that you're voting for both. Easy way to do it. Rule number 4. This tournament, obviously double elimination like the other one, so gotta lose twice overall before you get officially eliminated from the tournament. Once we get to the results to determine the winner and loser of each individual match, if there happens to be a tie, you know the deal. We're gonna flip a coin, fairest way to break a tie, and then each matchup voting wise only lasts for 1 week, so you have 7 days from when the episode gets uploaded. Otherwise, if your vote comes in after that, doesn't count because we've already moved on. And speaking of moving on, let's get to our very first matchup of the brand new tournament. Alright, let's do this. So usually when we do these tournaments, we start with some results, but this first week, obviously, no results because, well, it's a brand new tournament. But starting next Monday, we will start having results for these, so let's just kick things off. So we have a brand new character who's never been in any of these tournaments, taking on, well, Ring Fit Trainer, and we got some good stats, and go over a potential moveset if you've never seen the character, so stay tuned for that coming up in a little bit. But we got a reoccurring character, a fan favorite as well, so that upgradable jump, maybe it happens. Tails from the Sonic series. Let's do this, shall we? So who's up? I think it's Ring Fit Trainer. So this is fun. This is kind of an interesting sort of potential character we have here. Now, yes, we know the spirit for Ring Fit Adventure just came out, what, about a month ago? But then again, that's the whole purpose of this tournament, right? Upgradable. So I want to make sure people understand that. This is for upgradable characters only. So characters like Crash Bandicoot, Ryu Hayabusa, stuff like that, they're not in Smash Bros, therefore they can't be upgraded. So simple stuff like that. But Ring Fit Trainer, let's, I believe the game came out back in October of 2019. So quick little stats about the game. Yeah, it came out in October. At last check, I remember seeing the game at the end of December, so about a month and a half of the game being out. The game, Ring Fit Adventure, sold over 2 million copies, kind of making it one of the better selling games on the Nintendo Switch, which is really cool. Now, by comparison, we'll say Wii Fit Trainer, you know, that whole deal. I mean, that thing took off when it first came out. I think it had much more success, but 2 million copies in about a month and a half. That's pretty big success, and you know, with recent times, this thing has kind of been in demand quite a bit. You know, everyone's at home needing something to do. Some people were turning to this and looking to, all right, let me get some exercise in, let me do it. So, and it's kind of been sold out like everywhere. Amazon, you couldn't find it. Actual stores, you couldn't find it when they were open. Even the ones that are still open, like Targets or something, Walmarts, you can't find it. It doesn't exist. So it's a hot commodity item. People still like it. So let's talk a bit about the moveset. And I think this is where the comparison to Wii Fit Trainer is really going to come in. But there are differences. There are definitely differences. So let me go back. The ring fit, the actual ring. I don't know the ring con. I think that's what they call it. Basically, you can put your Joy-Cons in there, and then you squeeze it, and you can like flex it, and all sorts of stuff with it. And what you do corresponds to kind of some sort of movement in the game. So, for example, the ring itself actually can shoot projectiles, which is pretty neat. So you already have a built-in neutral special attack. Just shoot off like a bunch of just rings going at your opponent. Awesome. First move nailed. All right. What else could you do with the ring? How about this? Before we get into the exercises moves, because that's pretty much going to be a lot of those, a lot of the moveset. Let's try to be a little bit more creative, maybe differentiate from Wii Fit Trainer just a little bit more. So what else could you do with the ring? I was thinking if you want to kind of just think outside the ring in this case, what if you use the ring as some sort of like a throwing object, but it has like a boomerang mechanic where you throw it and it will come back to you and you can catch it. Maybe that could be a side special potentially. It could be, would that be an interesting like back air, you know? So you have like a back air, but it's got like a lot of range to it. Maybe something like that. Just something a little bit different, but if you want to stick to a little bit more of the character, how about the ring in terms of grabs? Use the ring to grab your opponent. That could be something a little different, you know, just utilizing the ring a bit more into the moveset. So other moves, again, exercise moves. Again, a fair comparison to Wii Fit Trainer in this case, but I think that's where it really can... There's so many exercises and just moves that are, you know, in the game that Wii Fit Trainer does not use, and you can use that for Ring Fit Trainer, which is great. Plus, you got your own weapon in this case with the ring, and there's a lot of cool things. And of course, you could do what Wii Fit Trainer does, have the female and the male version, so you could have that with Ring Fit Trainer as well. So you got the split, the 4 and 4, which is always a cool thing to see for a character, especially new character, and it would be representing the Switch. I mean, we're finally getting our first Switch only, you know, IP in ARMS. That's coming, we know that. But, you know, represent the Switch genre, which is still cool. There's always people that want to see like every step of the ladder. You know, we want Nintendo, Super Nintendo, you know, everything in between here and there. We want it all you know, to have its own representation. And I guess with ARMS coming, Ring Fit wouldn't be the only one, but it'd still be kind of cool moving forward. So I think there's pretty good potential for this character. I really do. And I think the music, there's some decent music in there. There's some decent stuff. I've heard some okay stuff. So you could definitely do that. You could have some fun with the stages. You know, if you really wanted to get crazy and have some interactive, you know, the backgrounds or whatever, the what do they call it? Whatever that gets involved or whatever. Just something in the background. You can turn it off, obviously. But you could have Drago. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a bodybuilding dragon, which is weird, but looks kind of cool. What about him for a character? That'd be interesting. But yeah, I think overall the character is actually kind of pretty special, pretty neat, and could offer quite a bit. So there we go. But let's talk about their opponent in this case. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane here. Tails from the Sonic series. Now, quite a bit of us grew up with Sonic and Tails. I mean, we still play the games, right? And we'll take you back to the Melee one, where I think a lot of people started believing for like the first time that maybe this could be a possible thing to be in Smash Bros. A possible inclusion. Sonic, who's in, and then maybe even Tails. So I'll refer you back to the April Fool's joke for Smash Melee. You had to defeat 20 who was it? 20 people in Cruel Brawl, or Cruel Melee, I should say, and that was tough. That was tough. And, you know, I remember seeing this in a magazine, and at the time I had every character unlocked, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, Sonic and Tails have been in the game the whole time. You could have unlocked them by doing this. And look, Cruel Melee, at the time, nobody played it. So it wasn't like something that it was like, I didn't think about that for an unlocking mechanic. And it was so cool to finally see. And then they came out with actual screenshots. Can I zoom in on this a little bit more? No, not really, sorry. But they actually had Tails and Sonic on the character select screen with the same sort of art style. The only thing that was a little tiny weird about it, which I didn't notice at the time because I was a lot younger and I didn't care, the random button, the random icon was gone for choosing your character. So it's like, once you realize that, you're like, wait a minute, is this fake? But you're still not realizing because you're like, Sonic and Tails are in Smash Bros. And then it was just kind of like, just all thoughts from there. Okay, here's another, a little bit bigger, but it was so cool to see. And then like, they just, the fake was so well done. They had Sonic on screen, they had Tails in there too, and it was just so well done, and so many people believed it. And I remember going to school, you know, we talked about it, you know, me and my friends, like, Sonic and Tails are in the game, you know, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna unlock them. And of course, every single one of us come back the next day. Yeah, of course. I totally beat it. Yeah, I'm that good. I could do it. And Sonic and Tails are so fun, and we're all talking a bunch of garbage to each other, you know, just... I remember I had one friend, I ain't gonna name him, but he said, no, I could only get like 4 eliminations in Cruel Melee. Cruel Melee, I couldn't get it done. And you're like, oh, you're missing out on the character, dude. And we're all trying to play it up like we had them unlocked, and such good times. And then when it finally came out, like, oh, psych, April Fool's joke never actually happened. And everyone's like, yeah, I knew it was fake. I was testing you to see if you guys actually had it, you know. And yeah, so many people fell for this, but it really kind of opened a lot of people's eyes and ears, and it was just kind of like, how the possibility of Sonic and Tails being in Smash Bros. Look, because back in Melee, remember, it was all first party at the time. I don't know if that April Fool's joke somehow led maybe even a little bit to helping Sonic get in Smash Bros. I don't know. Maybe we'll never actually know, but it's still kind of cool. And look, we already know Tails' background. He's very iconic, very much wanted in the community. Lots of people want him to be upgraded, which makes perfect sense for him to be in this tournament. So, I mean, like, moveset, feet on the ground you could do, spin dashes, you got to get his Tails involved. Dummy coins you could get in there, which, you know, if you run into, there could be, you know, throws out like 4 or 5 dummy rings and then just kind of like sit in a certain spot. If you happen to get knocked into it, little explosion and you get some knockback from it, so kind of fun to get those coins involved. Because look, Sonic doesn't do that, and that's what the Sonic games are about, always collecting them rings, all those coins, always getting them, and Sonic doesn't utilize that in his moveset, so maybe Tails could utilize that. But Tails also has so many inventions, like, we know this stuff about Tails by now. He's got tremendous potential moveset. People recognize him. People want him upgradable. Maybe. We don't know. Nintendo does. Well, Nintendo should know. I mean, they already made the decisions. But for this one, I gotta go. I'm voting Tails because he's a lot higher on the list. But I cannot deny that Ring Fit Trainer has some very awesome potential in themselves. So I would like. I actually kind of think they'd be a very fun character. I really kind of see. Maybe that's because I've been playing a lot of Wii Fit Trainer recently. Raid Boss. But yeah, just having a lot of fun with it. So I guess that's why I'm envisioning Ring Fit Trainer to be pretty cool. But Tails has my vote, so let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Ring Fit Trainer, Tails, or both. First matchup. Let's go big time. Let's see how this plays out. So that's it for today. So sneak peek for tomorrow, and here's the matchup for this tournament tomorrow. It's going to be Leon Kennedy from the Resident Evil series. Yeah, that's Spirit, but it's an upgraded tournament. And he happens to be taking on Ashley, the Assist Trophy Me Costume Spirit. Yeah, we get the point at this point, right? But Ashley from the WarioWare series is also in here as well. That's this tournament. Tomorrow as well, the other tournament has a brand new matchup and results. So both tournaments will be tomorrow as well. So 2 uploads tomorrow, 1 from each tournament. That is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys really do like this new tournament. We got a lot of really good matches coming up. I mean, Dixie Kong, Black Knight, Shovel Knight, Bandana, Waddle Dee. That's amazing. Dr. Eggman and Crystal to end this week. we got some good stuff. This is going to shape up to be really good, so I'm excited for this. But that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, buddy. That was a terrible wink.